Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Crucible Chat. As usual, my name is Mike, otherwise known as the Gadget Addicts, and in the background you can hear the dying laughter of Robbie, otherwise known as the BiPolar Bear, and Sneaky Johnson, who were both so amused with themselves for trying to put me off by playing the fucking Peter Dinklage version of the Game of Thrones theme when I tried to do my intro the first time. They're both bastards.
Just wasn't funny.
Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello, bud. How are you doing, mate?
Hey, we got more than an hour eat this time.
I got wrong last time for just saying Ari, so yeah, Ari.
Aye. Robbie, how are you doing this evening?
All right.
Oh Christ, we're starting low again, aren't we?
That's right. No, power through. Power through.
Right, power through. Okay. Right, so, yes, as usual, it's Saturday, so it's Crucible Chat, which means we get to talk about whatever the fuck we want to. And I've brought my glorious YouTube friends on here to talk about whatever the fuck they want to as well.
Good friends, could you? It's like good. No, it's like no. These people, just drag them in off the street.
I said glorious YouTube friends.
Give them a can of dog food, and they were well entertained.
Well, to be fair, I could do that to you. I could just throw a can of pedigree chum at you and you'd be entertained for hours because I wouldn't throw the can opener with it.
Oh, yes! Life goal!
Anyway.
That's why I always get jealous of Raz. Like, I'm looking at these cans, it's like, this is so much better than the shit I eat.
Farewell, good hunter.
All right, then. Okay, so yeah, we'll try and power into our actual topic here rather than taking the piss out of each other. So, I tell you what, let's kick things off because it's May now, and we've got the big game, second big game of 2015, the first cross-platform one, which is The Witcher. I know Robbie's very excited about this.
I'm like a dog with two dicks for this one.
So, come on, Robbie, tell me why you're so excited about this, because you're not normally an RPG guy, are you?
Real-time beard physics.
Yes!
This is next gen!
This is the future, people. We are here. But
Well, to be fair, I actually grow facial hair like a toddler, so it'd probably take me a very long time to play if I was going to grow any in real-time facial hair. Well, I'm hoping he's going to do it a lot quicker than me.
I hope so.
Yes. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to it. It just looks awesome. Just the design, the story, the huge world, and like crazy dragons, enemies, goblins, demons, people. Just gonna slaughter fucking everything, and I'm gonna turn every stone over as well.
Mint. Did you see that picture that was floating about of the Witcher's world map compared to Grand Theft Auto 5's?
Hell yes, I did. That is fucking ridiculously big, by the way.
Yeah. What amazes me is that they managed to fit that on a Blu-ray as well. Whereas
There's going to be a huge download, though.
Oh yeah, there'll be a huge download with it, but bear in mind that obviously Grand Theft Auto 5 got released on the PC the other week, and that was 60 gig.
I thought Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in September 2013?
No, the PC version.
Oh, right, they actually got their copy.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, so it's just like what? Just about 18 months later?
Yes.
I thought they were the master race.
But they were. They're not now.
Am I missing something here, or a PC game is just overhyped, pretty much bigot dickheads?
Not all of them, because I do know some pretty good PC gamers.
Fair enough. A large majority of them.
A large majority of them, in the same way that you could say probably a large majority of Chelsea fans are racist. Oh,
Hey!
No, but yeah, no. The PC version of Grand Theft Auto 5. Seriously, Google this one when we got off this call. The actual, because most people download it off Steam, but you could get like a collector's edition physical box of it. 7 DVDs.
Jesus.
My friend Tooge got it, and he sat there, and every time one installed, he sent us a message saying disc 2, disc 3.
Tell you what, there's more CDs there than in Sneaky's gay porn collection.
But yeah, it was just
about fully digital now, mate. Oh, yeah, hard drive.
That's what she said.
I'm googling the Witcher map now because I haven't seen this.
Oh,
So
ridiculous, isn't it? It's going to be one of them games where in 6 months' time you'll be playing, and you might look at a wiki, or you might look at something on Twitter, and you'll not recognise what's in the background, and you'll have to look on the map, and it'll be the bottom left corner, which you've never even ventured into. It's one of those kind of games where you will get lost in that game.
I can't wait for it.
I think it's good to have like a world like that you can get lost in. I mean, there are so many games that come out which are open world and have these wonderfully realised worlds to play in, but it's not that interesting to actually play them. It's like everyone lost their shit over Skyrim. I played it for 8 hours and got bored shitless.
Yeah, it kind of all depends what's happening in the open world. Because for think back to Watch Dogs when that got released, and I know Aidan Pierce was the world's biggest prick.
Yes.
Well, the world, it kind of seemed really fake. You know, when you play Grand Theft Auto, when you leave Los Santos, in your head you could believe that place is actually still functioning. You know, people are still walking around, and it's like a city. You're just fortunate enough to be in it. And that's what I hope The Witch is going to be like. Whereas in Watch Dogs, it kind of seems like you're hacking everything. You can see what everyone's up to. It kind of seems like that world was made for you, which lost all the real. Don't get me wrong. You're getting into people's bank account with one click of an iPhone.
Yeah.
You know, the battery would be fucked after 5 minutes.
Be a lot richer though.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's as stupid as it sounds. I just hope that it feels like, you know, you're fortunate enough to be there, not this world is made for you.
Well, that's a really good point, because this is an issue I have with open world games in general, because I never really think that a lot of the ones that I've played haven't been done that well. I mean, the ones that, well, say Grand Theft Auto 4, I hated that. I hated Grand Theft Auto 4. Mostly
the only game where you can walk around with about 50 grand in your pocket because there's no banks.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the primary reason I hated Grand Theft Auto 4, and everyone's reason to hate it, was Roman. Cousin, would you like to go bowling? Fuck off! I'm in a gunfight! But
let's go get drunk. You can drive.
But yeah, because Grand Theft Auto 4 had... It wasn't a believable world. Grand Theft Auto 5 got it right. You know, playing around in Los Santos is great. I really love that. But I think before that, the last proper open world game that I really genuinely enjoyed was Fallout 3. And that was a tremendous game. Because it was just so well realised. Whereas Fallout New Vegas was a load of fucking shit.
I'm going to get lynched here. I've never played Fallout 3.
I've never played Fallout 3, but one world map that I do hate, and I know a lot of people do not agree with this one, is Destiny.
No, I can go with that one.
Destiny is one little circly square type thing, then 2 minutes of riding on your bike to the next circly square thing. And that little passage from one part to the other part is just a loading screen. It's just loading in the next section of the game. There is no point of it, yet to say it's a big open world you can adventure. Have you ever done anything on your bike on that little section when you have to ride from one section to the next? No. There's 2 little jumps, that's about it for the whole fucking game. There's nothing to do whatsoever on them bikes. And that makes me nuts.
Well, you see, again, Destiny, we've said this before. It promised so much and delivered so little in that respect. Because I remember when they were first talking about Destiny, it says, oh yeah, you can go anywhere on Earth. No, you can go to this little section in Russia. You've got maybe, in the grand scheme of it, maybe 30 square miles to play in, which when you're blasting about on speeder bikes isn't a lot. But they made all these grand promises. Oh yeah, you're going to save the Earth. You can go anywhere. So, wow, great. I'll go look for my house then. No, you can't fucking do that. You know, and then there was, I mean, when you go into it, the game itself was like open but linear, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like you were shoved from start to finish.
Yeah.
And then you got the end game, which essentially meant going from start to finish on an infinite loop.
Yeah.
And doing the same strikes and the same raids over and over again to get yourself arbitrary gear. And I don't know, it let me down so much because when I got it, I really enjoyed it. The campaign I liked, despite the fact that there was no storyline to it. And anyone who does try to say that there is a story to to Destiny, really has no fucking clue what a story is.
Definitely not.
Because I'm pretty sure all stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Now, what happens with Destiny is Peter Dinklage wakes you up.
Peter Dinklage.
Indeed.
Peter Dinklage. But ask me for that one.
I know. And
Couldn't help myself.
And there's my ability to monetize this video gone. Anyway, yeah. You get woken up at the beginning, and then you shoot a lot of things. You have that ridiculously awkward cutscene with the Queen and her brother, which I'm pretty sure they had to be knocking boots, because that was just fucking cringeworthy. And then
That had some Lannisters about him, didn't it?
Yeah. And then you killed some more things, and then you were told to go back to the start and kill things all over again. And that was it.
Did you see the post that was put on Twitter via Reddit about the original content of Destiny and what was in it and what was taken out?
It was supposed to be utterly fucking enormous, wasn't it?
Yes, it was 8 times bigger than what it actually is. That's not including the map size. So that is background story, content, weapons, vehicles. There's more than one vehicle in it. The original story, when how you wake up magically, you're just sitting inside of a car and you bring spotlight.
Yeah.
At that point, there was meant to be a class creation screen, so you could choose from different classes to actually be in the game rather than just human, because you see through a human's eyes.
Yeah.
So the other classes and the other races and everything, you see them differently. So the screen was actually altered when you played the game.
Right, yeah, because you can choose at the beginning. You can choose what's a human, exo, and something else. But everyone sees everything the same.
Yeah. So when you pick them, they're identical, apart from the actions that you do. But originally, you meant to actually be able to see differently, hear differently, visualize the landscape differently, and that's only 1% difference that it was. There was so many things taken out of that game, and they reckon it wasn't the actual developers of the game that were in it.
That'll be Activision.
It was interfering and making it more viable for them.
Oh, of course.
I hate Destiny for doing that, but I reckon one day, possibly Destiny 2, they won't be allowed to do that, and they'll just play it as it is, as it was originally designed, and the game was immense.
Well, does anybody actually know what the fuck happens in Destiny? Because I genuinely have no idea what's going on for most of the time.
Well, they've chopped out that much of the story. It doesn't make sense. There's certain bits of the story that was chopped out. If you believe this Reddit post,
you mean all of it?
Pretty much, aye. But
didn't Winston Churchill once say though, "Don't believe everything you see and read on the internet"?
well,
I mean,
there's a lot of content in there that kind of makes sense. You know?
We'll fight them on the beaches, we'll fight them on the shores, but we can't push because we don't want to lose that KD ratio.
But the thing is with Destiny's story, that because it went on about the whole point is to save the Traveller from the Dark Ones. Now, it never actually says what the Traveller is other than this giant fucking orb that's hovering over Earth.
Yeah.
They don't say whether that's a spaceship or whether it's some celestial being or whatever, that kind of thing. And then it never actually says what the Dark Ones are. We know that they're the Vex, because that's what you have to fight at the end. The Vex God Heart thing majiggy. But at no point in the story does it ever actually say that the Vex are the Dark Ones.
Yeah.
Or the Darkness, rather. I think that's what they called it. And I just, every time they mentioned it, I just went, oh, I believe in a thing called love. But yeah, you're right, Sneaky. So much of it was cut out that it actually doesn't make any sense. I mean, people have gone on about like Bloodborne and Dark Souls not having a story. They have really good stories. You just have to fucking find it.
Yeah.
What Destiny has is bollocks, and it encourages you just to go to the online dashboard thing and look at these grimoire cards to find out these tiny little snippets of information about arbitrary, like the yellow health bar guys and all that. And oh, this guy killed so many of these at this battle. Really fucking brilliant. Where does he fit the fucking story? He just happens to be wandering around the Cosmodrome. You know, what's he doing there? Why is he there? Who sent him there? You know, that kind of thing. He's like, I wanted so much more out of that game.
I heard an interesting story. You know how you were saying that the Vex are the Darkness and the Vex are trying to kill
the Traveller. Yeah.
There's a different version of that story going around, that the humans are actually the Darkness and the Vex are actually trying to protect the Earth from the Traveller.
Oh.
Aye, puts a bit of a twist on it. I don't know how true it is, different quotas on it, but the way I read it was, we interfere with what's going on. Basically, Peter Dinklage makes you do his beck and call, and you fall for it.
Cat meat pigeons.
If you remember right at the end, the Vex have been waiting there thousands of years because there's moss growing on them, all them ones that are praising at the end there.
Yeah, because they're huge. These huge statues, aren't they?
Yeah. They've been waiting thousands of years for the right moment, and their right moment is to protect the Earth, the planet itself, from this traveller, because they know the traveller's coming.
Well, clearly they missed time because they're all fucking asleep when you get there.
Fucking hell, they have a kit for 1,000 years and they fucking hit snooze.
Yeah.
I'll just have another 10 years.
Yeah. But either way, that game in itself was a fucking massive disappointment. It was supposed to be open world. Bungie built it up, or rather Activision built it up to have this amazing story. And then it comes out, it does the business for 2 months until Call of Duty comes out and everyone goes back on that Activision bandwagon.
Yeah, Activision are very good at building hype.
Yeah, to be fair, I can imagine Activision's bank balance at the end of last year was pretty fucking good.
Yes.
With having Destiny and Call of Duty in the same year, two of the most hyped games of the year.
I mean, Destiny's what you make of it, and it was never this great big open world RPG, but it was still fun to play.
Unless you went the Crucible, because that was just fucking broken.
I love the Crucible.
Oh no, God almighty, it's so unbalanced.
Oh, I don't care, it's fun.
Everyone uses that fucking thorn weapon, or the blade dance. Yes, and it's all like fucking one-shot kills. Whereas I'm walking around with some piddly, I don't know what, Galahad auto rifle. Playing with people at the same level as me, and not even able to break their fucking shields. Because these people like sit for days going through raids and getting all this high level gear, and I'm just like, I'm a casual player, I just want to play some multiplayer for my weekly YouTube video.
I can't wait to get on Destiny on the PlayStation 4.
I don't have it anymore.
Should be fun.
It's going to be awesome, because there's so much stuff on the PlayStation 4 that isn't on the Xbox.
Yeah, because there's
exclusivity, isn't there?
Is it the Wrath of Crota raid? Or something like that.
Yeah, there's a raid, there's strikes, there's missions, fucking guns, everything is on PlayStation. We just got the shitty version, the version that came on sale at a car boot sale. That's the one we got.
But I'm sure all the stuff that's exclusive to PlayStation was supposed to be timed though, wasn't it?
Yeah, for like a year.
So September time the Xbox would get all the
yes, but in which time obviously the exclusive stuff for what was the last DLC pack?
The Dark Below.
Yes, and then we're still going to be waiting for that. We're still going to be waiting for what comes with House of Wolves. So fuck it, let's just get it on the PlayStation.
You know, not that I want to hate on Xbox players or anything like that, but I think I might actually laugh my arse off if the House of Wolves come out and this Trials of Osiris wasn't put in the Xbox version. Because it just seems like the kind of shit thing that Activision would do.
Yeah, I mean,
like when they're in negotiation with these, you know, with Sony, and they've got all these little bits that haven't been built yet, that's still in the planning stage. And someone goes, "Oh, Trials of Osiris, we'll stick that on the PlayStation. That doesn't look like it's going to be a big thing." A year later, the hype train. Look at this big thing that we're doing. Trials of Osiris, PlayStation only.
That would fuck off so many people. That
yeah,
used to included.
No, well, not anymore. I've kind of got over it. That's why I'm playing it on the fucking PlayStation.
Okay, so, yeah, in fact, this is what I wanted to get to as well. Mr. My PlayStation is nothing more than an expensive coaster. Why have you gone and bought a second PlayStation?
Well, I haven't got a second PlayStation. I've sold one PlayStation, and I've got a nice new white one.
Oh, so you actually did sell your PlayStation, did you?
I did.
Oh well, fantastic. So what made you buy the white PlayStation? Was this from our conversation earlier today?
Yeah.
Where we were talking about, for the listeners here, we were talking about the fact that the PlayStation at the minute does seem to have a bit of an upper hand on the Xbox with just some of the games that are coming out and the quality of them.
Well, right. First of all, the exclusive sides, you know, PlayStation hasn't got a Halo and it hasn't got a Tomb Raider. Xbox has.
Well, PlayStation will have the Tomb Raider. It's a time distance.
Eventually. You know, I reckon I'm going to start fucking grow grey hair out my arsehole before it comes out on the PlayStation. But thing is, right, when the two first came out, bear in mind, I got my Xbox One day one.
Yeah.
I got the day one Xbox One. £420. I was fucking so excited. And then a couple of weeks later, PlayStation, Call of Duty Go, 720p on the Xbox One, 1080p on the PlayStation 4. There's a Call of Duty player that I was like, no. Right, or whatever, it'll get sorted out. And as times progress, this is still carried on. But yeah, we're still paying the same price as the PlayStation players for a game that's not as good.
Okay, fair enough, I can accept that.
That's kind of what's doing it. And as time's going on, Microsoft aren't doing anything about it. They're more focused about getting your fucking TV on the go. Which, you know, I've got Sky. I'm okay. I don't want to sit and watch Tally via my Xbox. The only things I want to do is play games on there, have a chat with people, and the YouTube app. That's it.
Yeah.
And the PlayStation 4 does that, but better. And that's why I'm making the switch, because Microsoft have just been utter wankers. Because they haven't listened. They haven't listened to a fucking thing. If you go back and play that Xbox now, from what it was back in November 2013, it's like night and day the difference. But it's still not good enough. The PlayStation 4... See, now, Xbox does it. Like, some games will have 1080p, 60 frames a second. It's like, man, finally we turned the corner. And then you'll hear Phil Spencer coming out. You'll see it on stage. He'll come out at E3 in his fucking Shovel Knight t-shirt, some shit like that, and say, oh, well, DirectX 12, it's going to be the big thing. You know, DX12, be patient, and all this shit. And it's like, no. All right, they've had the chance with me now, and they fucked it up. PlayStation have kept the standards up. I don't necessarily like them, but they've kept the standards up. Every game's been, other than Watch Dogs, I think I can recall, didn't run at 1080p. Everything else has. Alright, Microsoft's been up and down like a prostitute's knickers. Some are 1080, some are 900, some are 720. But still, you know, PlayStation have always been there and hit the 1080p. They've always gone and done it. They've always been consistent, whereas Microsoft's been like, fuck it. You know, they get an NFL app, they get a baseball app. It's like, what do you fucking do? Because then that's what's fucked me off. Pretty much.
To be fair, that would fuck me off.
I've stood by Xbox like a loyal fucking dog, and all he's done is he's stepped over me, giving me a swift kick in the bollocks all the time, because he haven't made... You know, it's like the fucking Kinect. My Kinect's turned off. Why the fuck are we making room for that shit? You know, enough's enough. They've got to fucking take responsibility for what they're doing, and what they're doing isn't enough. I don't give a shit if Evolve gets DLC first. That game's wank. Stop pushing it. Right?
Actually, to be fair, I saw an Xbox ad today on the telly, and it started off with a bit of Halo 5 cutscene, or like one of the promo videos. I thought, alright, so you're pushing that very early, considering the game's not out till October. And then it cut to Evolve. I was like, well, that was out 2 months ago. And then Tomb Raider, which doesn't have a release date yet, it's just end of this year.
Christmas.
And, it's like... What are you trying to advertise here? Because
that's what they're pushing. Now, every time I see an Xbox advert, it's things that are coming. It's things that are coming in the future. When PlayStation's doing advert, I see shit that's out now.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think Sony always start advertising a game maybe about a week in advance. I mean, I think Bloodborne, I saw the Bloodborne adverts about a week in advance, like the TV ads, and the print ones a little bit earlier before that. But they haven't done what Xbox have done. They don't advertise what's coming out next year, this year.
Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to achieve anymore. Like I said, I've been so fucking loyal to my Xbox. I have. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're just not interested. And they'll come on at E3, they'll do, we're innovating, we're doing all this shit, we're listening to the players, we're listening to feedback and all this bollocks. And it's not. Xbox is on a slippery slope downhill. It's never done great from the start. Like, end of last year, picked up, and everything started looking good. Everything looked as if it was going to even out, and it just hasn't happened. So it's one of them. I'm pretty gutted, to be honest, because I fucking love my Xbox.
I think the reason that the Xbox picked up last year was, do you remember just after Assassin's Creed Unity came out and everyone decried it as the worst game ever made? There were all these bundles for the Xbox One and like 4 games, 2 of them being the Master Chief Collection, which was broken, and Unity, which was broken.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, does it? The one, the main exclusive and the one that they had on side were both broken. But let's not go into too much of broken games, all right? Don't forget Drive Club.
Yeah. No, I'll take Drive Club. But to finish my thought on that one, so you got this bundle with 4 games that would download games. You didn't get discs with them. So you had to download. I mean, the Master Chief Collection was, 60 gig or something like that? So that's kind of...
install.
Yeah. And so then you give that to your kid on Christmas Day and Lizard Squad take down Xbox Live. So not only have you been given 2 broken games with your Xbox, but you've got a broken Xbox Live that you can't download the fuckers on.
Yeah, but Lizard Squad are wankers, mate.
Yeah, they are. I'm not.
They are the fucking sister kissers.
I'm not giving them column inches here, but around about Christmas, I found that whole situation so funny. And yeah, I'll take Drive Club on the chin because that was a pile of shit. But apparently it works quite well now. Apparently it's not a bad arcade racer, although it's going to pale in comparison to Project Cars.
The worst thing that Xbox are doing is pushing this whole, like Rob just said, the whole family thing. Get your family around the telly. You can snap the TV so your little brother or sister can sit and watch a TV as you're playing your game.
What a pointless idea.
Aye, fair enough, it's a clever trick. That's all it is, it's a clever little trick. But my telly, or my friend's telly I should say, can do that anyway.
Yeah, my telly can do picture-in-picture. I've never done it, I've never wanted to do it, but I can do it.
Exactly, a lot of people's tellies can do it anyway. And if I'm playing on the Xbox, why the fuck would I want the telly? I don't want to shrink my screen down, because I haven't got the biggest telly in the world anyway, to even smaller, and have something distracting us on the right-hand side whilst I'm playing. It's impossible to concentrate. I can only concentrate on one thing at a time, and that's what I'm doing. But
I think I did see someone. It might have been in the advertising or something. Someone playing FIFA while watching a football match.
Yeah, and then Skyping and
yeah,
yeah, like the all-in-one. Fuck that. We don't want that shit. We've had enough of that. We said no. We said take that shit back, but they haven't.
An Xbox One isn't a family machine. It's my fucking Xbox, and I want to play games in a family. When I'm on the Xbox, it's fucking mine.
If you wanted a family machine, you'd have bought a Wii U. I'm not dissing the Wii U, but that's what it's aimed at. It's aimed at families.
Yeah, it is. That fucking Mario Party 10 looks sick. Put it out there.
Have you gotten good at Mario Kart yet?
No, I'm shit at Mario Kart. Mate, it's not me. It's not me. How can it be me? Right? Every time I play that, Optic cum shot on his merry men. They stopped drinking Gamma Lights and hopped off Call of Duty. Like, you're right, guys, you want to go play some Mario Kart? It's like, yeah, we'll all get in. We'll all play together. Fantastic. Oh, there's one random on the team, and that random's me.
I would love that if it was actually true.
I'm pretty convinced, because I slag off Nintendo and the YouTube policies. They watch my Nintendo. Every time I come online, it's like, oh, it's BiPolar Bear. Go fuck him up. Make sure he can't get gameplay.
So
Run that cunt off the track.
So you'll not be having a good time with Splatoon when it comes out then.
Oh, I can't wait for Splatoon, mate.
So,
Right.
Okay, so I've seen very little of Splatoon, so give me the quick rundown of Splatoon. What is it?
You're a squid. You know, that's pretty much top and bottom. You are a squid person hybrid. And it's more, there is a story to it, but I don't give a shit. And basically what it is it's like a shooter, a third-person shooter, but instead of just going for kills, it's more based on map control. And you have to put your ink on the ground, and you can travel faster if you go dive into that ink. And say I put a path down about, I don't know, 10 feet, which seems a bit pointless, but you see someone else rushing you, you can get in that ink, into your ink and move quicker. And if your opponent gets in that ink, he's going to get stuck and slow down, so you can take him out, go and get the map control back, and go cover his ink up with yours. And that's what I really like. It's kind of like painting wars.
Right.
Imagine it's something like that. So, you know, when you've got like just a what's it? Just blank palette, and you know it's two of you, and you got to cover. Obviously, it's 4-on-4, I think. But you've got to cover that paint. Whoever gets the most paint on the board at the end wins.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. And it looks awesome. It looks so fun.
It sounds a bit like Plants vs Zombies.
Robbie, you managed to make Splatoon sound shit.
What do you mean I managed to make Splatoon sound shit?
I don't know. That sounds pretty fun. That.
I don't know. The way you described it really sounded like what I've seen in the game.
It's pretty much top and bottom of it. I'm not going to go in depth too much. I don't know. When I saw it on Nintendo Direct, there was 3 of them talking in fucking Japanese. To be honest, I didn't know who was who. They all looked the fucking same. What the fuck was going on?
Bit of consensual racism. Why
It's not racist when it's true. They think we look the fucking same. There's nothing wrong here. But you know what I mean?
I'm going to get banned from YouTube.
Oh, we fuck.
No, you aren't. I will. It's my fucking channel.
It's like there's there in subtitles, and they're chatting the most utter bollocks. It's like, yeah, me sister, me play with daughter, and she have fun time. And then someone else is not talking like, yes, I agree. He also had fun time.
Right, okay. I tell you
we
what,
take out game chat because people are rude in Splatoon.
Right, Robbie, shut the fuck up.
I think I'd better.
Yeah. Sneaky, please get us back on track and give us a game that you're looking forward to this year.
This is technically his fault for saying that it was shit. I said it sounded shit. I just
Your-
sold that game better than any of them lot over in Japan.
It's your fault for the words coming out of your gob.
No, well, that's the Monster Energy drink I drank 2 hours prior before this. Like I said, my eyeballs are shaking.
A game I'm looking forward to be honest, Project Cars.
Aye.
I'm a racer. I like new racing games. I always have liked racing games. But
Say a racer or a racist.
Racer.
no, that particular honour goes to you, my friend.
Sounds like it now, doesn't it?
It does, it really does.
I love me racing games. I like me in-depth racing games as well. The ones where you can customise your cars, you can customise what you're playing and what you're doing and how you progress through the game. I love that idea. But I also like the arcade style racing where you can just pick it up, jump in with 10 or 12 of your mates, and blast for an hour. And over the last, 2 years, I don't think I've played a decent racing game on Xbox at all. Not one that's kept my attention for more than a few hours.
The last racing game I owned was Forza 3.
Yeah.
Back on the 360, and I enjoyed it. I preferred playing online to actually playing the campaign mode, which was just so woefully dull.
Yeah.
But you see, I got turned off racing games with Gran Turismo back on the original PlayStation because I wanted to pick up that game and I wanted to do a race, but no, I had to get a B-class license first, and I had to drive a fucking Mazda Demio down a straight piece of road and stop on a penny. Otherwise, I was not a good enough driver to have a B-class license and drive a fucking 1-litre engine car.
That did kill it, the whole license thing. But once you got past that, and once you got the few licenses that you need, because you never really needed like the Super Sport license and the A-Star thing and this that, that you could quite happily play 90% of the game without them.
Yeah.
Once you got into that, I loved it. But I think it was Forza 2, where you had a second-hand shop. You could buy second-hand cars.
All right.
You could do a bit of trading. You could, if your car didn't quite fit the next category, instead of just going out and paying 100,000 coins for the next car, you could go and barter on the market and everything and save yourself 20, 30,000. It added a little bit of difference to the game.
Right.
I like it how they mix it up and don't just say, oh, you have to buy this brand new fucking car. And you just happen to have the exact amount of money when you win this next race because you need this next car. That's just linear. It's, you know what's coming. I like to change things around a bit and enjoy that. And I'm really looking forward to Project Cars. I know it's been delayed God knows how many times now, but hopefully they've made the changes and the improvements, because there's no competition. None of the Forzas are doing anything for us. There's no other competition for cars. They have to corner the market with it.
To be fair, I'd have boycotted Forza years ago when they came out and says, hey, look at this, Forza 5 on the Xbox One. Microtransaction.
Yeah. Everyone loves the microtransactions.
Oh, yes. Everyone loves paying £55 for a launch game on a brand new console and being going, hi, by the way, you've got to spend more.
The worst thing is, right, everyone, especially us three, always slag off microtransactions, right? Now,
Of course.
I don't agree with them when it's the likes of skins, when it's the likes of a voice, when it's the likes of a paint colour. Something like that. Just the stuff. I can't stand them when it's like that. I don't mind them so much if they contribute something to the game. So if you could buy a new weapon, you could buy this, that and the other, or something to improve your actual game, then I don't mind them so much. But
why isn't that in there from launch to unlock?
it's there. It's not there for a reason. Fair enough. There was a reason. It's money, but we're going to have to get used to them, because every game that's planned for release in the next year, pretty much, at some point will have microtransactions. And we're just going to have to accept that they're there, really.
See, I don't accept that. I can understand it. I could understand if, say, for instance, the likes of the next Call of Duty, if they carried on this whole advanced supply drop shit, because it's Activision.
I will flip my shit.
Yeah.
Now, if Titanfall 2 comes out and that's rammed with microtransactions, I'll flip my shit.
Yeah.
Because again, these, especially with multiplayer games, you should be able to earn everything fairly.
Yeah.
I mean, if I pick up Titanfall 2 and it's got microtransactions to get this like awesome super badass Titan which has twice the shields and 14,000 guns on it or whatever, and I pick it up on day one and I go into a match at level 1 with some kid who's bought the game but he got the pre-order DLC, so he gets this microtransaction free. and he's got that, and I die instantly, I'll be fucked off because I like a level playing field in my multiplayer games.
Yeah, I like a level playing field. I like the idea of if something's in a game that you can buy, of being able to unlock that thing eventually anyway.
Yeah, so it's like pay to win instead of pay.
Yeah, I say there was a sniper in the game that you could spend £5 unlocking right from start, or you could play the game and get 5,000 kills, and eventually you will get that gun. I like that idea where I could quite happily play the game and get good at it and unlock everything anyway without paying a penny. I like that idea, but when it's just locked down in the ball and it's exclusive to the paywall, that's unfair. That's not fair. The Ripper in Ghosts, was it Ghosts? The Ripper?
Yeah.
The Ripper Ghosts was the epitome of that. That gun was unstoppable. And the Maverick was the same thing.
The Maverick was shite.
No, when it first came out, it absolutely melted everybody.
I mean, the thing is with that, like, yeah, it's like time savers. And whereas you say, oh, I don't mind it, I fucking hate it, because you're telling me if I've got to go out and get 5,000 kills, or I can buy it for a $5, then is my time is going to take me a good few gaming sessions to get 5,000 kills. Is that all my time is worth to these people?
But all you're worth to them at the minute is your credit details.
Yeah, I understand that.
There's an honest developer out there at the moment. The only ones I've got any respect for is those who are anything to do with Titanfall. Because when Titanfall came out, it was as honest as you've seen it. That was it. It had a season pass, which gave you the maps, and that was it. Nothing else.
The thing is, Respawn, yes, they're very good. However, they are partnered with EA, who are very bad.
Yes.
The real good guys, and we're going to swing back to our first point, is CD Projekt Red, who are making The Witcher.
Yeah.
Because for The Witcher, they released a list late last year. There's something like 15 bits of incremental DLC that you're going to get for free over the space of the next 12 months. And they are stuff like a few extra missions, maybe an extra dungeon or so, skins, costume packs, multiplayer stuff. Whatever there is. I don't know if there's multiplayer in the game. But either way, just all this extra shit. And then there is a season pass, which is £30, I think. And for that, you get 2 huge expansions, which add 30 hours. I'm very happy to pay £1 per hour.
Yeah, definitely.
For expansion packs.
Yeah. See, I'm more for expansion packs than what I am DLC. I fucking hate micro DLC. I hate having to buy camos. I hate having to buy new guns. I don't mind so much map packs because that's fair enough, because that actually took time to make. But all that other shit now, you should just be able to earn it in game. You should give me a reason to keep playing your game, and that's the way I look at it. I don't think they should put them in there at all.
I think it also gets especially worse when you get it in a single player game.
Oh, fucking hell. Assassin's Creed, Black Flag,
No, Unity.
I didn't see it in Unity. Obviously, the game was too broken. I pretty much fell off the edge of the map as soon as I spawned in, through the disc across the wall, and smashed to a million pieces.
In Unity, there were these helix filaments or something that you had to buy, I think you could earn in a ridiculously long fashion. But basically, they were the currency to unlock like the super overpowered weapons, like all like the really really good shit that Arno needed, But Assassin's Creed Unity did it in a fucking backwards-arsed way as well, because one of the packs was more expensive than buying the fucking game. It was £65.
Fucking hell.
I mean, granted, you got something like 250,000 of these things, but, what you were using them to buy weren't cheap.
Then what's the point in playing it if you're just going to buy your way through it?
Well, that's the argument, isn't it?
I've never understood people who literally pay to play. A pay-to-play game, pay-to-win, I should say. A pay-to-win game is ridiculous. Yeah. There's so many examples out there, I couldn't even begin to start. Well, I want to sit down and start the game knowing that the other 16 or 31 people in my lobby, or whatever the hell it is, are exactly the same, but they might have spent a few quid to make their gun look green, or have fucking antler horns on their head, or be a giant marshmallow, but they're exactly the same level as.
Yeah.
They've got none, then it's not fair.
But still, you say stuff like that, but that should be available to earn.
Yeah, everything that you pay for should be available to earn in game at some point. You know what I mean? So like, I bought this sparkly green camo for my gun, and I'm thinking of I think it's a skin in Ghost or something. I think it was really nice, and I considered buying one. Thought, nah, I'll give it up. I should be able to go to the little option and say, right, how many bloody blahs do I need for that? Right, I'll grind it. A bit of Destiny. I'll grind away using that gun, doing that little challenge to eventually unlock that skin. that person spent £5 buying. I don't mind doing that, but it's when someone, like you say, someone starts the game and they're ahead of you instantly before the game's even started. That's not fair.
I just want a whole lot of them taken out. I said,
Yeah.
don't mind DLC in maps. I don't mind expansion packs where they're going to give me a lot back for my money. Because I know they invest a lot of money into these games, but they come off better.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do, especially these AAA titles. I mean, Xbox One and PS4 now is a pretty slim market, especially where we are at right now. And there's not really a great deal of new stuff coming out. What have we got in May? You got Project Cars, you've got The Witcher, and you've got Wolfenstein. That's it.
Oh, can't wait for Wolfenstein.
And then June, I think there's just Payday and The Elder Scrolls. July, I don't even know if we've got a fucking game. I'm sure something will come about.
In June you've got Batman as well.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I haven't played the other ones yet, so I'm not going to play that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to play it.
Yeah, that's obviously fair enough. And, fuck me, Dad. Sorry. And then I don't know anything until September when it's Metal Gear, and then the whole seasonal thing starts again.
You're a gamer. Sorry.
Yeah, well, obviously you're a gamer. But
Right.
yeah, I just don't see why. It just annoys the shit out of me. You know, we pay what, 55 quid for these games, and that's what you get stuck with. It's like, oh yeah, here we go. Here's our game. By the way, you know, it's like when you go to a cinema and you see the film. It's like, oh, for an extra £5, you can use the toilet. So I should have been able to do that in the first place. I should have been able to walk through the door. Oh, but no, you don't get. You get instant access to the toilet. You don't have to wait, or you know, someone will hold the door open for you. You can piss right now.
But the other issue I've got with like the DLC kind of thing, it's not really with DLC, but it's with pre-order bonus stuff. That fucks me off more than anything. And again, it'll come down to it in multiplayer games, because chances are you're going to get stuff for multiplayer, or you know, something that someone else doesn't get. For instance, okay, so if you pre-order Batman Arkham Knight, you get 2 additional DLC packs than if you just go and buy it on the day. You get the Red Hood, and you get this thing where you can play as Harley Quinn in the challenge rooms, which is, both of them seem fairly pointless to me. Neither of them attracted me to the idea of pre-ordering it. What attracted me was the fact that it's fucking Batman.
Yeah.
Or, you know, Star Wars Battlefront. You get 7 days early access to that Battle of Jakku thing.
That looks so bad, that game, sorry. I've seen so many bits and bobs on that game, and it's just a reskin of Battlefield. I've totally went off the idea of Battlefront.
You see, I saw that trailer released, and it looked fantastic, and I was very excited about it.
Oh,
and
the
then
whole
more
in-game engine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's not going to look anything like that in game. It may as well be in fucking black and white when you're actually playing it in comparison to what you saw in that trailer.
But it's like the more information that's been kind of drip-fed out, I'm less and less excited about it.
Yeah, it's a linear, unreal. Some of the things that you can drive and be in, especially the AT-ATs, they're linear and they're only on one planet or something. They're only one section.
Yeah, they're only on Endor, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
but they're on real. You don't actually control them. You just shoot from them.
Right. Oh, fucking hell.
And it's like, what's the point of that? It's just being a higher point. You're just in a higher point of view when you're playing your game. That's the only difference you'll have. A couple of different lasers. And there's loads of other little bits and bobs. There's only 4 planets. There's only 4 extra sections or something to go through. Someone did a comparison and put it on Twitter the other day.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I think it was Battlefront on the N64 or something exactly like that one.
No, I mean,
No, 360.
Something like that. And it trounced left, right, and centre. The 360 version absolutely trounced it. There was like two things that the new one was going to do better on. It's so underdone and rushed. That's what it feels like. It feels like they've absolutely rushed it out.
Well, you see, I'm on Games' website at the minute, just looking at, like, because I was trying to see what all the pre-order stuff was for these things, and it doesn't have a lot actually. But it's got this bit in the description for Star Wars Battlefront saying, "Take to the skies in epic Star Wars dogfights. Pilot the Millennium Falcon, X-Wings and TIE Fighters, and more of your favourite vehicles in exhilarating aerial combat." That's all well and good. It's fucking Star Wars. I want space combat.
Exactly. Yeah. So, in fact, I'm sure I read somewhere that there's no multiplayer space combat.
what the fuck is the point of
Yeah,
it?
apparently that is true, actually, yeah.
It's the campaign only that you're in the space and you're flying stuff and everything.
What? There isn't a campaign, dude?
Wait, whatever it is, but I've heard that's
It's
not
the-
there.
Yeah, it's the solo play. It's it's just multiplayer with bots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fuck me. It's
They're going to kill it. That's what they're going to. They're going to absolutely kill the whole franchise left, right, and centre with
To
that
be
one.
fair, with me not being excited for it, I'm not anymore. I just hope that game comes out and just fucking smashes it. I really do.
See, I'm at the point now where I wanted to come out and smash everything. I want it to be amazing, but I'm not putting my hopes upon it because it's EA, it's DICE. They've disappointed people a lot before.
Mm-hmm.
And I will just say Battlefield 4 for a year.
Yeah.
I'll say Battlefield Hardline right now.
That's visceral, though. It's not
that's
nice.
visceral. That's the guys who used to do Dead Space.
Yeah, that's kind of like, Sledgehammer for Activision.
Is that not DICE? I'm sure that was DICE.
No, it's visceral, dude.
It is Visceral Games. Because shortly after EA bought them out and killed the Dead Space series, which I'm still pissed off about because I love those games. They put them to work on Battlefield for like 4 years, and that was what they had to show for it. Using last year's engine and building a game that is just mechanically broken, not physically broken like Battlefield 4 was in terms of its actual connectivity and that, but like stuff like the spawns and the lack of weapons and all the stuff Robbie complains about in his videos.
Yeah, Hardline is wank. That's what it is. It's shit! You know what I mean? I'm a TDM player, you spawn in, you die!
My last video, it was just death after death after death after death. I cried watching it when I was making the video. I cried because I was that fucking upset. I really look forward to that game. I wanted a new sit-down first-person shooter that was going to replace Call of Duty because there was no other Call of Duties thought of at the time when this was announced. I thought, yeah, we'll go. Nah, give up. Completely fucking give up.
Actually, to be fair, Hardline caused me to unsubscribe from a lot of YouTubers. Well, because I watch a lot of Let's Players because I'm a Let's Player myself, and I do enjoy it. There are some games that I have no interest in playing myself, but I quite like watching other people play. And Hardline was going to be one of them. I was never going to buy it, but I was watching the Rad Brad play it, and I watched the first two parts of his series, which covered, I think, the first mission. I think the first mission is about an hour long. Is that right?
I think the whole campaign's about an hour long.
Yeah, the whole campaign is very long.
Oh, either way, I watched his first two parts, and he was going, oh my god, this game looks amazing. It's like, well, yeah, the graphics are all right. Look at this, I'm holding this guy up. Oh god, he's going on his knees. I'm putting handcuffs on him. It's like, it's all scripted, mate.
Yeah.
And just as he was going on, you got the whole shock. Oh my god, that guy's jumped out the toilet. He's shooting everybody. Let's kill everybody. It's like, come on, man. I could have told you that was going to happen. This. And it was so bullshit, but there were so many of the bigger YouTubers that I was watching who were like salivating over this whole cops and robbers thing. And I'm sitting there watching the first couple of levels. I'm thinking, well, this looks fucking boring.
To be fair to Hardline, it was really, really good. The campaign was fucking mint until level 3, and then it was just the same thing. There was 10 levels.
Right.
70% of the game was shit. That 30%, bob on. That was like a whole 45 minutes of good gaming.
That's what you want to spend your 55 quid on, isn't it?
55 quid well spent, that is, sunshine. I didn't even get £1 a minute.
Well, to be fair, that was your argument about the Order 1886, wasn't it? You spent 45 quid on that for 4 hours worth of gameplay.
To be fair to the Order, I mean, it was a lot like sex. It was nice whilst it lasted, but it just didn't last that long. And overall, it was a bit disappointing, and you felt quite ashamed after.
You had to have a shower. well, yeah. I mean, the last thing, obviously, you lent me your copy of the Order so I could play it, and
Fucking hell, I got it back the next day.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed playing it. I thought it was a great film. I'm not necessarily sure how much of it was actual gameplay. I mean, to be fair, I normally suck at games like that, and obviously I had it on the normal difficulty, and I still breezed through. A couple of sections gave us a little bit of bother, but that was mostly because of quick time events.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to the Order, I mean, what was it in length? It was a really good long, 7, 8 maybe 9 minutes. The rest was cutscenes and quick times.
Yeah, that was it. It was like when I was looking at, because when I do a let's play, I have like I go on IGN and I get like the contents list for the walkthrough, so I can roughly gauge where I am in the game. I don't look at the walkthrough, but I just look at the contents list. So I looked at it. I thought, oh, there's 14 chapters. Great. I was like, and I think I got to the point where it's like you end chapter 6, and you get that whole thing about it's after you've crashed the airship. And I was like, all right, okay, chapter 7. Okay, we're going to a bit of a cutscene. Let's get comfy. Oh, hang on, we're in chapter 8 now. Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, we're in chapter 9. I still haven't picked up the controller. What the fuck's going on here?
I'm pretty sure chapter 13 was just one of them farting and scratching their ass.
It was
numbers.
Yeah, I think it was. It was one of the chapters near the end. It was, in fact, no, it was two. It was two of them that you just skipped straight over because they were just like 2 minutes worth of cutscene. And I'm just pulled up my playlist for it on my channel, and so it was 14 parts at about half an hour apart. It was just under 7 hours it took me to finish.
How much of that time did you actually spend playing?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, yeah, like I said, The Order was a cracking film.
Yeah, and it's worth pointing out though, it did show off what the PlayStation 4 can actually do because the graphics were supremely good.
They were mint. The graphics were awesome. Everything down to his fucking bulge was spot on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one bit that did look beautiful was when you first started, you looked at a lamp, and there was a lamp on fire with the flames. And you just stopped and stared at it, and I think, I'm sure you mentioned and thinking, wow, how good does that look? Yeah. I remember I was doing the dishes at the time, watching the video, and I looked up and went, wow, that's pretty fucking special. It just stood out beautifully in the game.
I think it's one of the most realised worlds that I've played because it's like, I know I'll keep going back to with like Bloodborne. The graphics are amazing in that, but there are some things that remind you that it's a game. Like there are some weird little texture things that'll happen. Like
yeah, Bloodborne had a bit of it had a funny sounds in places as well, where the sound dropped out or you go it's something stupid, and but it has these tiny little technical issues which don't really take away from the game, but it reminds you that it's a game. Whereas The Order, the only thing that would tell you it's the game is the fact that sometimes you push a controller and he does something. Yeah. You know, it looks like it's the first proper photorealistic game I played maybe since PT. Yeah. Oh, PT, that's a sore subject, isn't it? Oh, it really fucking is, actually. In fact, we'll make this the last subject because we're coming close to an hour here. But yeah, I really want to fucking talk about this. No, well, I tell you what, I feel so sorry for Norman Reedus. What is he going to do for a job now? I know. It's not like he's part of some massive TV series that he's been featured in for nearly 5 seasons. No. You know, he's tell you what, he'd be a lucky boy if he has. Yeah. He'll have to go sign on the dole next week, won't he? Well, Konami aren't paying his bills. Well, okay, so in case people have been sat under a rock and haven't noticed, fucking Konami, the twats that they are, who've gotten rid of Hideo Kojima, who leaves the company after Metal Gear Solid 5 comes out, and fucking cancelled Silent Hills, and just to fucking rub salt in the wound, they've pulled PT from the PlayStation Store, which was the best fucking horror game on the damn machine. If it's probably one of the best horror games the last 10 fucking years. I still haven't played it, you know. I've got it on my PlayStation, but I still haven't played it. It's a 3-hour experience that you'll never forget. Because honestly, I mean, PT was one of the first big hitter videos that I had, the first part of that. I think it's up to something like 4,000 views now or something like that. But it did really well when it first came out, because that's the point of me playing it when there was all the hype around it. I did it for hype bait. But even now, so many months later, if I watch that video and I get to the jump scare, it still creeps me out. I remember how bad it got me, and it still gives us the heebie-jeebies even coming up to it. And in fact, I was watching Eurogamer did a video about like what happens if you've got it on your PlayStation now and you delete it now they've pulled it from the store. Apparently, you can still download it. Yeah, it'll be in your library, won't it? Yeah, but the YouTube guy, Ian Higdon or whatever he's called,
he went into the game to prove that on his PlayStation it was there and it was active. And it had that, and the bit that he was up to had that bit of dialogue which preceded the jump scare that happened to me, which was it was something along the lines of "Don't go anywhere, we're just getting started." And when that line was said in my game, I got the jump scare. And obviously he didn't then, but I heard that line in my headphones. I was like, "Oh no, it's gonna happen." And it's like that. It's like the only horror game I've ever. Most horror games will make me go, "Oh," like you'll get a bit of a jump.
Yeah.
I fucking fell off the sofa with PT when I got that jump scare. It was about 10:30 at night. I was going to go to bed, but the game had finished downloading, so I'd had a shower before I went into bed. I was sat there in my dressing gown playing the game, and this jump scare happened. I'm fucking trying to hide behind the sleeve of my dressing gown
And start ballet naked.
No, I had pajamas on, but hide behind the sleeve of my dressing gown, fucking fell off the bastard sofa. All the time I'm going, Konami, you bastards, you bastards.
Why couldn't you have face cam that shit? It's a bit fucking brilliant.
Because I hadn't read anything about PT. I'd just seen it trending, and I'd seen that it was a free game on the PlayStation. So I didn't know what it was about. I knew it was supposed to be a horror game, but I really didn't expect it to be that, because it's proper psychological horror. It's it plays with you, and you don't realise that you're being played with until something big happens. It's so good the way they did it, and we're not going to get this version of Silent Hill. We're not going to get it. We're not going to get it with Hideo Kojima making a fucking mechanically brilliant game and Guillermo del Toro scaring the shit out of you, which he's very fucking capable of doing. I mean, have you seen Chronos?
No.
That game put that film put the shits at me. But,
You jumped at Half-Life 2, for God's sake.
Yeah. No, to be fair, that was only in that last episode where those two fucking screaming things burst out the door that I wasn't expecting.
That's lies in every single episode that you've done the full walkthrough of Half-Life 2, which I love, by the way, and it's the one season I've watched all the way through. Every single episode, at some point, you jump. I will go back and I will put them all together in a YouTube video and put it up for you if you want. You jump.
If you could do that for us, and if you could work that through Bloodborne as well, if you go through all 41 parts of that I did and find my best deaths, because that's one of the next Bloodborne videos I'm going to do, and I really can't be asked to go through 41 parts and work out where I died that was the funniest.
That head beach thing, that was probably the funniest for me.
Oh god, yeah. But, well, either way, I mean, that game has its horrors, but back to PT, my fucking god, that game, I mean, to be fair, it showed off the Fox engine, which is what Konami are using for Metal Gear Solid 5. But it was because it was first person, and you had this tiny little area of this house to walk around, this little L-shaped corridor. They managed to put so much into it, and it looked photorealistic. Like the light was natural, everything was real. It looked like you could reach out and touch it. And it just fucking hell! It's really pissed me off that they've cancelled this.
But have they not cancelled it to either do something with it or bring it back at some other time or something like that?
No, they cancelled it.
Is it completely done?
They've cancelled Silent Hills, this game that Hideo Kojima was making with Guillermo del Toro. They've still got the Silent Hill franchise, which means chances are what they're probably going to do is farm it off to some European developer, and we'll end up with another Silent Hill Homecoming, which was fucking bollocks.
Oh, it'll be like The Evil Within 2, the next Silent Hill game. Well,
yeah. Although, well, unlike The Evil Within, it might actually have a decent frame rate.
it might be a good game. Doubt it, but
to be fair,
it'll have a story as good as Destiny.
To be fair, from starting Resident Evil Revelations 2, that's the best version of The Evil Within I've played. Looks exactly the same. The enemies are all the same. The only difference is you play Claire Redfield as opposed to Sebastian.
I tell you what, it looked good. Actually, I watched the deal. It looked quite tidy and it looked quite a nice game.
Yeah, I watched that. To be fair, the gameplay looked better than the cutscenes.
It did. That's what was confusing the hell out of me, because I've never seen that in a game. I've seen it so many times where the cutscenes look amazing, and then you get the gameplay, and it's like all pixelated and shit. Or then you get like the newer games, because it's all in-engine stuff now. It's very rare that you actually get a pre-rendered video. But this, for some reason, the Resident Evil games always seem to have them still, and I don't understand why. Because now the games look so good, and the game runs at 60 frames a second compared to the videos running at 29 and point something or whatever it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's a jarring difference. And of course, the lip syncing's atrocious because it was originally recorded in Japanese.
Like all good karate films, that's Chinese.
Or looks like a Bruce Lee film.
Yeah. That's again one of the reasons why I love Bloodborne, because the Japanese developer, and they know this shit happens, and us Europeans and all the Americans take the piss out of the games for it, so they just don't make the characters' mouths move.
Fair enough.
If you speak to any character in Bloodborne and swing the camera around, the mouths don't move, and it's the same with Dark Souls, it's the same with Demon Souls, and it was a localization thing. It was like, well, we don't want to have shit. We don't want to sync it for the Japanese market and then dub on English voices and kind of trying to make the lips sync up. Fuck it. We'll just,
You can imagine that, couldn't you, in Bloodborne, where he's just fought all these bosses and somebody comes out and he's ready to go and he just looks him in the eye and says in a Scouse accent, "Look, you looking at your wanker."
I was talking to someone on Twitter about this today. It's like all the voices in Bloodborne, they're English voices, and it's great. And the people in Yharnam are all Cockneys, and the people who aren't from Yharnam are like, you've got Eileen who has a Sheffield accent and stuff like that. Different accents. There's not a fucking Geordie in there.
I don't blame him.
You can go anywhere on the earth, walk into a pub and find a Geordie. Why can't you find one in Bloodborne?
I can back that up. I once went to Northern Ireland and got lost in a Catholic area when I'd already told somebody I was Protestant, so I was shit scared.
Nice.
Up the barman, I said, "Get a pint, mate." He went, "Oh, son, you alright?" He went, "I'm a Geordie, mate." He went, "Aye," and I'm really scared because I haven't got a fucking clue where I am. He went, "You stay there, mate. I'll look after you." I was like, "Okay." And he was my best mate for the next 2 hours. It was fucking great.
It gets further afield than that. I mean, I've heard of people going all the way to like Florida on holiday and going to have a pint, and the barman's a Geordie.
Well, I remember when I was in Florida a couple of years ago. I was at SeaWorld feeding the stingrays, and then this guy stood next to me, started feeding these stingrays, and what's he wearing? A fucking Stoke City shirt. I looked over like, "You're a cunt."
Me and my ex-wife went to Spain with the kids, and we're walking down this daft little back alley thing towards the shops.
Aye.
And little daughter Beth says, "Oh, there's my friend." And then I walked in the middle of Spain. She went, "No, she really is." And I, "Whatever, Beth." Turned around, she runs across the road to go and hug her friend who lived 3 doors away from her in the same street. Followed at the same resort, the same venue and everything, and didn't even tell her. I was like, "Oh, lovely, hi, cheers."
You didn't tell them either. It's a two-way street.
But we didn't like them. They liked us. But little Beth played with their daughter all the time, went to the same school and everything. They talked about everything. And Beth had said, "Oh, we're going on holiday." And a friend had said, "We're going on holiday." It had never crossed their minds to say, "Where are you going?" We flew on the same day and we were back on the same day.
You should have shared taxis. All right, well, okay, so I think we've covered a lot of ground today, from Robbie's excitement at The Witcher to everyone's disappointment at Destiny to various annoyances throughout the microtransactions, as we always get onto, and then all the way back through PT and Bloodborne, and then Sneaky's holidays. So, I think this is a good point here.
Next week we're going to have a full photo album of Sneaky's holiday.
We're going to have a digital slideshow. This is me and the missus on the beach. This is the missus and the kids on the beach. There's not a single photo of all of us because someone had to hold the camera.
This is Todd, who we made friends with on our holiday. I'm going to try and get in contact with him one day. Todd was nice. He was from Southampton.
Alright, okay, so I'm going to leave this here before these two idiots make me die of a burst blood vessel, because I've been laughing so much. So thank you all for watching. If you have got to this point, as usual, you deserve a medal, so that'll probably just be Buntimus.
To be fair, if you let me know whereabouts you are, I'm always travelling around in my van with sweets.
Never let Robbie know where you are.
If there's a couple of gag children in the back, just ignore them, they're liars.
Oh god, I'm getting banned from YouTube.
They're not children, it's just Peter Dinklage, but we've shaved them.
Mark, you always told me you loved your 8-year-olds with beards.
Oh, fuck off, mate. You're both bastards. You're both bastards. You're both bastards.
And we
Anyway.
love it, and we love it, and we love it.
All right, well,
To annoy you.
shut the fuck up. I'm going to start hanging up on Skype now. Right, so thank you everyone for watching, and
I think
come
we
back
just
next
made
week
my
for.
rage quit his own video.
Thank you for watching, and come back next week for the next Crucible Chat, where I won't have these two yapping morons with me, and it'll be back to normal. But anyway,
Oh,
thank you and
shit.
good night.
Bye, have a great time.